Well, hello there, Gen Con attendees, friends, family. This brings another Gen Con to a close. It's always a sad moment, but also a happy moment to seeing so many friends here and so many events and experience the excitement of Gen Con. Thank you for coming. I'm Peter Adkison, one of the owners of Gen Con, and I'm here with David Hoppe, president of Gen Con. So let's get David's report. How did it go?
Hey, Peter, I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh.
Or two.
But yeah, speaking of that, in terms of numbers, it was an amazing Gen Con. We had, officially, we had over 40,000 people participate in Gen Con Online, which is
wow,
crazy.
Wow.
I don't think we ever expected that when we first came into to figuring this out. Upwards of 10,000 people concurrent on Twitch for a couple of our streams this morning in particular, which is just great. We were averaging 2,000, something like that. We've got over 7,500 people in Discord, and the folks in Discord have just been phenomenal. I mean, that is the connective tissue that is, I think, really brought us all together. Over 7,000 events, and there's a little bit of hiccups here and there. Everybody's figuring out the technology. We asked people to bear with us, and folks did, and I think it's just overall been really, really great. You had some good times along the way here.
I did. And I just gotta say, I thought Discord worked out really well for us. I admit that's one of the platforms I hadn't really gotten around to learning much of. I've been on it, and it was I think that was a great decision. I had so much fun while you were working and managing the team. I went out and played and stuff. I played I got to play 2 online games, RPGs that were streamed, that were great. One was run by my good friend Stefan Picorni from Dwarven Forge, and he and his wife do these games. I don't know if you ever watched it, but he'll be the GM, and then Anne will be out there with a mobile cam going around over the terrain, so you can see where your minutes. Like I never thought you could do a his style of game on a Twitch show, but the 2 of them run it really well. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, the way people have innovated to solve the problems that we get from not being able to be together. It's
fantastic. Cool. And the other game I played, Sarah Moore ran, called Old Duffers Play Princesses, and so it was Mike Pondsmith, Tim Kask, and Stefano and I all playing princesses in a magical fairy-like world where we're being attacked by cutlery. I mean, like a 6-foot-tall fork, and quiches with legs and stuff like that. Absolutely crazy. That was, yeah. So I had 2 fun games. Did you get a chance to play anything? I hope not.
No, I didn't get to play any games, boss. I was working the whole time.
Good.
But I got to watch quite a bit. I think one of a lot of people's highlights was the Double Clicks concert. Nerdy was off the charts.
I've watched Nerdy too. Also,
yeah, and Kadesh Flow, and he's amazingly talented. And we love that. We love the Double Clicks theme song that they put together. Wow, like I have a dream to bring those folks back live. And I have a bone to pick with our schedulers, because we're here going up against Magic Sword DJ set.
What?
Yeah. So if I love Magic Sword, I actually saw them here in Seattle in December, back in the before times, and I'm thinking like a nerdy Magic Sword double bill at Gen Con is something we have to figure out how to make happen.
So, well, that's approved. Yeah, let's do that.
Check out the concert on the VOD if you get a chance, if you missed it, because hearing him sing 20 Cha, it's the best nerd song of the decade, I think.
So I gotta promote one of the series I watched. So Ben Riggs is a journalist who's been writing a history of TSR, Wizards of the Coast, and sort of that era in the 90s. And he had 3 seminars. One was called Why TSR Failed. The other was called The Acquisition of TSR by Wizard of the Coast. And the third one was about the development and creation of third edition Dungeons and Dragons. And it was fantastic. I mean, just really, I have a personal connection to that period. I was involved in a lot of the stories, but it was so cool to hear a detailed store analysis and overview of these events that I was connected to, but there were parts of it I didn't know. I mean, he's weaving this story together by talking to lots of people involved, and he did a fantastic job. It was great.
That's another one I'll have to definitely go back and check it out. Hey, while we're talking about things to go back and check out, Board Game Geek has been a great partner of us, running streams on Gen Con Studio or Gen Con TV Studio.
Yes. I agree. They did.
And yeah, if you missed any of, well, I mean, I don't know how anyone could have watched them all, but they're all there on well, I said VOD, but I saw in the chats video on demand. So we'll have those up on YouTube. BGG is going to have them up on their site. Lots of great stuff coming out on those channels. So yeah, big shout out to Board Game Geek. Be sure to support them. Those guys are awesome.
Well, and if you're looking for something that you missed that was really good to watch later, I certainly, at the risk of being self-indulgent, I think one of the best episodes of Fireside with Peter Adkison happened this morning, where we had the legendary Bob Salvatore, the incredible author, who's also a lot of fun to talk to because he's like he's a strong guy. Did you know he used to work as a bouncer? Do you know that? Seriously,
I thought you were going to say like he used to bench press like 350 or something.
He used to work as a bouncer, and so he says that's why he's able to write such good fight scenes. And of course, Mary Kirchoff, who is brilliant, smart, charismatic, strong woman who we both worked with back in the 90s. Yep. Who we hired to run the book department because the one we inherited was so mismanaged, and she was in there and did a great job, and it was a fabulous episode.
Yeah, it was a pleasure back in the day to work with Mary, and it was a pleasure to see her on stream this morning. I did catch a good chunk of that. That was some really good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, I know it's been talked about, but I'm gonna beat on it one more time. The Minecraft experience of Gen Con, the exhibit hall, and all throughout downtown, not all throughout, but a big chunk of downtown Indy, including Georgia Street. It's all there on gcmine.net. You've got to go check it out. You got to download the Java version of Minecraft, and the level of detail, it's astounding. And anybody who's either a Minecraft fan or a Gen Con fan, if you see it, you'll just be blown away. I think most people who've seen it have been. So
that's fantastic. Hey, I saw somebody mention in chat, and I want to call it out. While we were interviewing Bob Salvatore, he learned that he had a new grandchild.
Wow! Holy smoke!
Yeah, I don't know if it's a son or a daughter. I didn't get that part, but yeah. So that was exciting. Yeah, you heard it here first, right?
Yeah. Special life moments happening at Gen Con, right? People get married, people have kids. It's awesome.
That's right. Hey, you mentioned the our Twitch channels, and I'm still kind of catching up on being smart about Twitch, but I got to say, I found it so nice, the squad feature where I could have all three of our Gen Con Twitch channels in one window and switch between them. And I definitely got pulled into that. There was like, if there was like any moment where I had nothing to do, I would call that up, and inevitably there was something on one of those channels that was interesting. And eventually I just got to where I just left it up all the time. Like, okay, this is up, Which of course now makes me wonder, like, don't trust those Twitch viewership numbers too much. How many people are running several of these at once? I don't know.
Well, truth be told, our stream does appear on the Gen Con homepage too, and Twitch metrics are always very inscrutable, so we're not 100% sure how they're counted, but yeah, we get a little bit of benefit from that. But
go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, while we're here, I want to give a big shout out to the stream team, the folks who've been putting together that squad stream that you've been talking about. They've done an amazing job, and the programming was fantastic. We made a big effort to bring more people of color into the stream. And I think that's had great results and really good stuff that came out as a result of that.
Speaking of POC, we had the Diana Jones Award this year, honored the community of Black designers, and most importantly, added a number of them to the committee for which is a great. I think it's not only a great signal, but it's also a great systemic. You know, trying to include more Black people in positions of power within the gaming industry and influence. And so I'm very hopeful that that will be a really positive and change that also lasts and endures.
Well, we're certainly going to keep working at that because it's really important to us at Gen Con.
That's a great challenge for us. Well, you say, well, speaking of Gen Con going forward, what can you tell us about where Gen Con is what's gonna happen next year? Or what do we do next?
Gaze into my crystal ball here.
Yeah, share your crystal ball with us, David.
Yeah, well, look, I can tell you in the short term, one of the things that we know we're going to do right away is we're going to keep the Discord community alive. We had such a great time with everybody on Discord. So over time, we're going to evolve what is the Gen Con Online Discord to become, a Gen Con community Discord, place where people can get together and organize games and to talk and connect and basically stay connected to the Gen Con community. So the team's going to be winding down here and taking a little bit of a breather over the next couple of weeks, but that's going to continue. And then we're going to keep working on building that out. In the short run, there will also be, we're going to put a Gen Con Memories channel up so that if you have memories of things that you did during Gen Con Online that you want to share, please hop on and do that. And then also making connections channel. So like maybe you played a game with somebody and you didn't catch their name, you could do sort of like a misconnections thing, like an old school personal ad maybe. But yeah, the goal is to do that for the next several months and into the rest of the year. Beyond that, look, I mean, Gen Con Online is going to be a part of our future. As much as we're looking forward to getting back to Indy and being all together, we know a lot of people can't make it there, and a lot of people want to continue to do what we did here, and we want to support that. We had a lot of positive response from folks overseas. A huge contingent in Brazil.
Shout out to Brazil for waking us up about this, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the tabletop community down there is hot and
tropical, you might say.
Yes, and spicy like it. But they've done some great stuff, and we want to make sure that continues. And we're going to be working with partners around the world so that Gen Con Online can continue. And and we have to figure out how are the two going to play together, because I think mixing together Gen Con Online and Gen Con in Indy, that can be pretty damn exciting.
Getting goosebumps.
It's
so exciting. Yeah.
Hey, before we go too, I also just want to take a quick moment and give a shout out to a good friend and Gen Con staffer, Limar. He unfortunately wound up in the hospital the Wednesday before Gen Con started last week. And we're really pulling for him. He's been with Gen Con for over 11 years. He's not a frontline personality. You don't see him on stream, but he's been a bedrock for us. And so Limar, if you're watching and listening, we're pulling for you here. Take care. We can't wait to see you back in the office.
Yes, definitely. I agree. Oh, and I got one question for you, David. Like I thought one of the advantages of Gen Con Online would be no con crud, but I think I wore my voice raw this week. I'm struggling a little bit. You can get con crud right here at home.
I will tell you, it's amazingly tiring, right? Like, but at the end of the day, the whole team, we're just as kind of wasted.
Eyes are going like this from the monitor fatigue and everything. So,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to say goodbye. I don't want to do it.
Well,
got to. I know. There's probably you got something else going here.
We just get started, and then before you know it,
that's right. It's
the time.
All right. Well, that wraps another Gen Con. Thank you all for stopping by for closing ceremonies to watch David and I jabber a little bit and say goodbye. We've got great plans for next year, or well, let's say we will have great plans for next year. We're still figuring out. This is crazy terrain that we're navigating, but I'm so proud of our team, and I'm proud of David, and I'm proud of everybody that works at Gen Con, the extended family of people that come and help us out during crunch time. And so wherever this path takes us next year, we'll be there in force, and we'll give it our best. And most of all, we hope that you will follow us there.
Yeah, stay healthy, stay safe.
The dice on the tray, you wield a sword made of foam. You learn that there are more of us, you're not alone. You move pieces on a board of tiny sizes and shapes. You are here in the now, you are here to escape. Planning to be home soon and staying out until 2 with a bunch of old friends that you never knew. A structure that somehow makes the night even more fun, and you can swing a great axe and not hurt anyone.
Gamers, gamers, dice in hand, you know we're rolling for. Gamers, gamers, when you have a board, you're never bored.
You are building a town, or you're fighting a troll. The unlikely comeback from the last minute row. You are traveling through time, or you're building a train. You can feel new folds forming in your brain for things you'll never forget, from worlds that aren't even real, from the way that sharing it all makes you so proud, makes you feel, for the way the characters you play are much bigger than the figures that you brought to finally being yourself when you're someone that you're not.
Gamers, gamers, dice in hand, you know we're rolling for. Gamers, gamers, when you have a board, you're never bored.
It's that losing is fine, but you still hope to win. It's that we'll do our best till we can be in the same place again.
Gamers, gamers, dice in hand, you know we're rolling for. Gamers, gamers, when you have a board, you're never bored.
Attention Gen Con attendees! Gen Con Online is now powering down. Thank you for attending, and we hope to see you in 2021!